Hey guys, it's Marcus here, and welcome to today's live stream. Today what we're going to be doing is something a little bit different. We're going to be talking about how to choose a market based on your passion or based on something that you really like. So welcome and hello, and if you can hear me okay, please type something in the box. Let me know who you are and where you're listening from. And we'll get this show on the road for you and help you guys find niche markets based on your passion. Which is really cool. This is going to be a little bit different than what we usually do. And we're going to break down how niche marketing works, how you would go in and start with a market or a product or something like that first. And we're going to talk to you about how that works. So let's see here. We got Terrell, we got Shelly, we got Chuck, we got Vikram, we have Dino, who says, hey, he's been going through Simple Sites. He says he got it last night, and he really likes it. He's going through all the stuff. He says, great stuff. We have Team Cermac and lots of other people, so I'll try to keep on this screen. Maybe I can put your comments over on this one for now, and then move them back when we are done. Let me see if I can do that here. That way I'm not looking at the other screen. All right, is that better if I look here? I think it's pretty good, right? So there we go. All right, so we'll start off. This week has been kind of a tough week. It's actually been a really tough month here. I've been trying to hire new talent, and I've been trying to find people to do social media and people to do sales and things like that here. And I found that the job market's kind of interesting. When I was putting these jobs up online, I found that we got a ton of people who responded. We had like probably over 500 people that responded over the course of a month for getting a job here, right? We're looking at hiring people. And I found that, it's interesting because when you hire for jobs, for me, like when I was growing up and when I was a kid, I always admired the art of the hustle, right? Getting things done, doing what you have to do, taking a risk, making stuff happen. And what I found throughout this month of trying to hire people is that most people aren't like that. Right, a lot of people, they just want to do the minimum. They just want to do the job to get by. A lot of people, like we had a lot of people who just didn't even show up for interviews, didn't even call or anything like that. We had some people we tried out for a couple weeks. They didn't really want to do their job. And what I found is that, there's a lack of hustle in our economy and in our world today. There's a lack of people that are like, hey, you know what? I'm just going to go freaking do this shit because I know it's going to get me a result. And maybe you're there. Maybe you are struggling and you don't know what to do. You don't know where to go. Or you're saying, Marcus, I have trouble getting the hustle going. I have trouble getting out there and doing what I need to do on a regular basis without a guaranteed paycheck or without this or without that. And what I found is that this can be a big struggle. And I think it's one of the biggest struggles with people today is that, you got to get out there and you got to do what you got to do. I remember when I first started, no one was out there and they were telling me what to do, right? Like here I was, and I actually contacted some people on our social media and I was like, hey, check this out. I want to take you under my wing and I want to help you. And they're like, that sounds excellent. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to take you. You looked interesting from whatever I saw on the social media. They follow us and stuff like that. Been following us for a while. And I was like, I want to take you under my wing. I want to teach you this stuff, right? And I was very selective. I picked maybe 5 of them. And they were like, yeah, dude, that sounds awesome. I can't believe it. That's incredible, right? Like if I did that to you, how many of you guys would be like, holy crap, really? Like you want to help me? And in exchange, all I have to do is like work for you and kind of do this stuff. You guys would be like, oh, shit, dude, come on, man. You kidding? You'd be like on the phone right away, I would hope. But that wasn't the case, right? A lot of people would just vanish off the planet and, they wouldn't do the things. Weeks would go by, months would go by. And it's like, well, where are they, right? You say you want this outcome, but you're not willing to do what you got to do to get it. You say that you want to make money online, but you're not really willing to do what you have to do to get it, right? And that's what I found is like when the rubber meets the road, where are these people? When the rubber meets the road, where are you? Now, I'm guilty of this in my own life. I don't hustle as much as I should. I'm not as diligent in getting actual like daily schedules as I should with my YouTube. Sometimes these things are tough and sometimes these things are slow starting. But the fact of the matter is I do what I got to do to get the result that I want to get. And we got to look at it and say, what are you willing to do to get the result? And when we look at this, I was looking at hiring people and I'm like, look, I want to hire someone. I want them to come in and I want them to do their regular job and get paid a regular wage, actually above regular here in Florida. And I want you to turn it into like $100,000 a year working under me, right? I was like, okay, that sounds pretty cool. But a lot of people just don't really want to take the risk to do what they have to do. And maybe it's the way I word my ad or whatever, or maybe, I'm just weird looking or whatnot. But the fact of the matter is are you willing to do what you got to do to get where you want to go? And if that's you, we want to start this off and we want to say, hey, are you willing to do what you have to do? Are you willing to show up? Are you willing to get up out of bed and say, I'm going to do this even though no one told me to do this, right? It's like when I was a kid, I remember the way that I used to get a job. We didn't have the go online and find a job. Like you would go into the store and you'd be like, look, dude, I want to drive the pizzas around. I got my car and I'm going to do this. I'm going to be the best freaking pizza delivery guy that you ever had. I want a job. And you'd probably get the job. Now we had to show up. Right now, it's funny because now it's interesting because you have like a few jobs and a lot of people looking for jobs, and the people looking for the jobs are picky as hell, right? In internet marketing, in business, in life, there's some things you can't be picky about. You got to go do what you got to do to make the results that you want, right? So you got to show up. Now, I remember when I was a kid, we talked about how showing up was half the battle. Right, how many of you guys heard that? Type showing up is half the battle if you guys have heard that phrase before. Right, showing up is half the battle. Now, for my little job experiment, it was kind of interesting because we actually had 5 people just not show up, not call, nothing. Right, like not even an email. Hey, dude, I don't want to like come in for the job interview, whatever. Right, nothing. And so we look at that, and we're like, well, okay, so showing up is kind of a little bit of battle. But like the great Gordino says, showing up is half the battle. Well, you know what? It's not anymore. Showing up is not half the battle anymore. You got to show up and you got to be willing to do what you got to do. And you got to be a self-starter. You got to say, you know what? You got to be the kind of guy who says, there's a pile of stuff on the ground. We got to pick it up. There's some stuff here. Like Bob's got a bunch of inventory he overbought. We got to sell these things. We got to do this stuff. We got to go and make it. And we got to look at that and say, you know what? Showing up is like showing up. That's like the barrier, the basic, low level, I am just here, right? That's like people who go to marketing conferences and never do anything with what they learn, okay? Or people who buy my course and like you could show up to the course, you could show up to these webinars, but are you willing to do what it takes? Because we have thousands of people who show up, thousands of people who watch our videos every week, and the amount of people who actually do the stuff is very, very slim. So we're going to go through that. Now, Janice says, self-discipline, take initiative, can't be lazy, we aren't entitled. Yes, right? Like one thing I learned early on, and I had a sense of entitlement, probably still do somewhat. I think we all do. But the fact of the matter is you can't look at it like the world owes you anything, okay? Until the world changes into the utopia I have in my brain. But I don't think anyone's on board with that utopia yet, maybe about 9 people out of the whole world. But we have to look at it and say, hey, look, right now, the way that the world works, the way that economy works, the way that money works, we have to look at it and we have to say, how do I go out and get what I want to get, what I want to do, and structure the life I want? Because no one's going to structure the life for you. No one's going to do it for you. No one's going to show up and say, okay, little Bobby, come on up here and, sit here and let's do this. It's not going to happen, right? No one's going to hand you a $100,000 a year business, right? I don't care, okay? They might hand you one if you pay 5 times what it makes in a year. So if you want a $100,000 business, you better be ready to pay 300 to 500 grand to get that business, okay? I think that probably excluded everyone watching this video, maybe 2 people, which if that's you, talk to me about some other businesses. Right? But we got to look at it and say, that's not an option, right? How many of you guys, if you say that's not an option, you got to find a different way to do it. And for me, when I started, that wasn't an option, right? I had $67 in my bank account. I used it to buy a product, and that product was a download. And I got a download, and I was like, well, I thought I was going to, I thought this bell was going to ring, and hallelujah, now you are on the train of making money. But it wasn't. And so what I did is I said, well, what do we got? Let's look at what we got here. Well, this part of the product is crap. This part of the product is crap. I can use this. There's just one thing I can use. And I used that one thing, and I went on and made like 21 bucks in one day. I was like, holy cow, made 21 bucks, and I wasn't even at my computer that day. Okay, what if I could do this 5 times a day? Then I can make $3,000, $4,000 a month. Okay, that's pretty cool. I can do that using one piece. Now, I had to show up. I had to buy the thing. I had to take the risk, and I had to look at, boom, this is the one part I need. Now, with simple sites, it's a lot easier, right? I've pretty much laid out a roadmap, and today we're going to lay out the roadmap of how to do this with your passion, because I know a lot of people they struggle when it comes to niche marketing, and they say, well, Marcus, I really like knitting, or I really like painting, or I really like mortgages, or I love movies, right? And they say I have these passions, and they want to look how to do it. Team Camark says, it took me 4 years to build my online business so I could quit my regular job. Yeah, and sometimes it can happen a lot faster, but again, you got to show up, you got to be there. You have to be willing to take the initiative, and you can't just do the bare minimum, right? Everyone does the bare minimum. And by bare minimum, I don't mean working hard, right? A lot of people, like our guy who's going to build our fence, he built this part of our fence, big, huge fence, in like 100-degree weather. And we were like, dude, can you please jump in our pool just so like you're not frying and baking out here, right? But he just like built it. That is some hard work. 12 hours, hard work, hard sun, big wood posts, digging holes. That's hard work, okay? Now, you can work hard or you can work deliberate. Okay, now notice I didn't say smart. Working smart is obviously a good thing, but we want to work deliberate, right? What can we do deliberately to make a difference? What can we do deliberately to meet our market? What can we do every single day, right? Because showing up is not going to cut it, right? Showing up is like buying a domain name. How many of you guys have bought a domain name, type domain in the box? Right? You bought a domain name and you're like, yay, I bought my domain name. Great. I remember the first time I bought my domain name, PCmoneymaking.com. We still have it today. It's our support site. But if you bought a domain name, it's like, well, did it make you anything? No. That's showing up, right? Billions of people have domain names. What are you going to do to stand out? What are you going to do to make something easier, something faster, something smoother, something more understandable? What are you going to do to stand out? And I got to tell you, it's not that hard, because the rule of life is that 10% of the people, or what is, the rule is like 10% of the people are getting all the rewards from their little bit of effort that they do a little bit more. They do just 10% more than the next guy, or they do it 10% faster, 10% better, or whatever, right? And we look at it, and that's the way that the world works. If you could do a little bit better, just a tad bit, right? And you might be saying, well, Marcus, how do I do better in the knitting market? Well, you go out and you do it. Okay, so we got to look at this, and we got to talk about how to take action. And we're going to talk about how to profit from your passion. I'm going to try to find my coffee here. All right. We're going to talk about how this works. Now, how many of you guys have a passion that, maybe you're looking at and you're like, hey, I like this stuff. Maybe you like internet marketing, right? You like internet marketing and you're like, hey, check this out. This is pretty cool. I'd like to make money from that. Or maybe you would like to make money from magic tricks, or maybe cooking, or whatever, right? Go ahead and let me know. Say, I have a passion. I just never thought I'd be able to make money with it, okay? And put that in the box. Say, yeah, I got something that I could use. I think everyone has something, even if, it's just like reading. You can make money with the passion of reading. All right, so you got to look at that. All right, so we'll wait for those to come up, and I'll put the questions over here. Okay, so yeah, there you go. Shelly says cooking with the Instapot. I have an Instapot. I actually bought it because it was one of the top things sold on Black Friday. So I was like, okay, I got to buy this and make it work. Cryptocurrency, eBay, sport, self-improvement, karate, jiu-jitsu, basketball, passion for caregivers. Okay, so a lot of people have passions here. Now, how would you feel if you could just go out there, reading and fishing? How do you feel if you could go out there and make money from this? Right? You're like, okay, I don't want to blog every day about something I hate, but if it was something I like, maybe that'd be better. Right? That'd be kind of cool. Like Derek likes scuba diving. For me, I'm scared to death of it, but it seems pretty cool. Exercise and internet marketing. How about self-love? Yeah, you could do self-love, like how to take care of yourself and live a better life or whatever it is. But I think the problem with so many people is they love themselves a little too much, right? It's kind of a paradox. Like the fact that you think you don't love yourself enough is proof that you love yourself too much, right? So you got to look at that and be like, okay, well, I'm obsessing about how much I love myself, which is like self-worship and pity and garbage. But you got to look at it. Like Janice says, motivational. I'd be probably like that. Whenever I have a moment to go on a rant, I usually do. So we have all these passions, right? We have these passions, these things we like, okay? So we're going to go over here and we're going to we're going to write passion. Okay, can everyone read that okay, or do we need to zoom in a little bit? We could zoom in a tad if we have to, but I think it looks pretty good. I think we can all read it. Okay. So give me a 5 in the box if you guys can read that there. If you want me to zoom, type a Z in the box, let me know, and we'll take it from there. We're just going to kind of hang out and work like it. Now HTML says self-love, meaning if someone thinks they are crap. Yes, but the only reason you're obsessed with how you are is because you love yourself. I'll get into that later. It's something that I learned through years of thinking that I hated myself, which was kind of interesting. Okay, so a couple people want us to zoom in. Let's zoom in a tad. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit here. All right, and we'll move it over a little bit. Try not to blind myself with the big stage light there. Okay, is that better? Is that looking better for you guys? Should be a little bit better. Excellent. Okay, went to YouTube screen to fill. Yes, if you fill it up, you can fill the whole screen up if you want. And you can always click the little button to watch it live on the YouTube thing. Okay, or however it works. Okay, so here's our passion. All right, our passion could be anything. So we had stuff like business. Some people were passionate about business. Some people were passionate about self-love. Okay, some people were passionate about, what else did we have? We had lots of stuff in there. Fishing. Okay. Okay, we had some people passionate about lots of other stuff. Let me see if I can get a lot of these. I want to make sure we get them so that we have plenty of examples so you can see how it works. Okay, Tai Chi. Okay, motivation. Okay, cool. What else did we have? We had exercise, scuba diving. We'll do exercise. Okay, you guys will have to forgive my spelling. I'm terrible at spelling. Caregivers. Okay, cool. Caregivers. Okay, cool. So let's take a look at some of these right now, and let's talk about these. Okay, and I'm going to get these questions up here so that I can see what you guys do. Now, if you guys are new here, make sure that you subscribe, and also make sure you click the bell notification icon. We have these webinars, these live trainings every week so that we show you how to make money online with affiliate marketing, with your passion, internet business, and stuff like that. So we're going to talk about this, and we're going to make it work. And also, one of the other things that I really enjoy is when we have these live trainings, I like when you guys interact. Like Big Dog's got a question. He says, good morning to all. He's really tired, so good to have you here. Right? I like when you guys are here and you are interactive because that helps me know what you need. So the more interactive you are, the better. And maybe at the end, we'll give away a prize or something like that. Okay, so we have business, self-love, fishing, Tai Chi, motivation, exercise, caregivers. Now, if I was to estimate, right, let's do a little estimate. How much money do you think is spent in the caregiver niche every year? Okay, caregivers. Let's talk about this. Okay, how much money do you think every year is spent in the caregiver niche? Million, 10 million, billions. Right, what do you think there? Type that in. Okay, it's billions. A lot of people say billions. What else? Most people are saying billions. Okay, so that's a lot of money. We'll put a 3 monies or 4 monies here. We'll put 5. We'll do it on a 5 scale. All right. How about the exercise niche? All right. What about the exercise niche? Okay. You think that's in the billions or millions or whatever? That's probably also in the billions. We'll put some 5 little monies here. Okay. Cool. What else? We have motivation, motivational speaking. I mean, I know Tony Robbins makes like hundreds of millions a year, and he's just one motivational speaker. That doesn't have all the other stuff. So motivations definitely has the 5 money signs. Okay, Tai Chi is probably a little bit smaller, but still pretty good, right? Tai Chi is probably what, millions a year. Okay, so put like 3 there. Fishing, that's a big one, right? You could go fishing like broad, and you could say all the things like Bass Pro Shops is like all about fishing. So, I mean, if they have huge stores like that, there's got to be some money made, right? People buy boats and stuff. So let's put 4 on that as well. It's probably 5, but we'll just say 4 just in case. All right, self-love ties to motivation, so we know that that's, we'll put 3 just because it's a subset. And then you have like business stuff, which is probably like 4 or 5 money signs. So, I mean, we all agree that there's a lot of money here, right? Does anyone disagree? Does anyone think that there's no money in these markets? Okay, let's pick another one. Let's say that you're super interested in something like betta fish. Okay, or maybe you're interested in something like bonsai plants. Okay, and we look at this and we're like, okay, betta fish, it's probably small. Maybe it's got like 2, probably in the millions or something. And bonsai plants is probably the same thing. Okay, so we look at this and we're like, okay, so these have lots of money. Okay, so type lots of money if you understand that, hey, a lot of people's passions have lots of money. Okay, tons of stuff. All right, type that in the box if you're like, yep, there we go. All right. Yeah, I don't do sites in unethical stuff and in like dirty markets. I just don't do that. So, I mean, they're big markets. I just personally don't do it, so I don't teach it. Okay, so lots of money, right? Everyone included and said, boom, lots of money here. Okay, so there's no question that the money's here. Not a question at all. Now, I want someone right now to challenge me. I want you to challenge me, and I want you to pick something you're passionate about that you're like, there's probably not that much money in it. Like, I don't think it's going to work. So I want you to type that in, okay? Put that in and say, in the little chat box, say, Marcus, I think that there's no money in, you know, underwater basket weaving or whatever. If that was a thing, you would type it in. But go ahead and type that in, okay? Tiddlywinks. It's got to be something real. Okay, it can't be something fake. It's got to be something real and something, you know, that you think, maybe something you like. Okay, sing-alongs. Okay, sing-alongs, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Sing-alongs could work. Okay, we'll just put like 1 money sign there. I know they sell a lot of sing-along stuff. Now, my issue with that would be like trademark stuff, but there's probably a way around it. Okay, connecting to nature spiritually. Okay, so nature... spiritual. Okay, nature, spiritual. We'll put like 1 money on that one too. Okay, so we're going to take a look at some of these and see what's going on. Firewood. Okay, firewood might be a little difficult to get into because, I mean, I don't know if you could like ship firewood out. Stamps. Okay, cool. Stamp collecting. Okay, cool. All right, so we got to look at this. We got to say, okay, pretty cool. We got all this stuff here. How many of you guys are like, well, you know, maybe it's hit or miss. Maybe some are good, maybe some are not. So we got to look at this and we say, well, we do know that there's money out there. There's money to be made. Okay, now what we have to do is we have to take it. We have to say, well, how can we break down our niche and put it into something that's going to work really, really, really well? Okay, pen pal niche. The pen pal niche is actually the chat niche, which is related to the dating niche, which is pretty huge. So that has a lot of money as well. Okay, we could do pen pal there. We'll just put that there as well. Pen pal. Okay, cool. So we have all these niches. We have all these ideas, and we're going to take a look at them and say, okay, cool. Now, Haroon agrees with me. He says, yeah, there's money in every niche. There is money in every niche if you look at it correctly, if you look at it in a way that works. There's people making tons of money in recipe niches. There's a guy on YouTube that makes money reviewing fast food from his car. And the guy's got like this huge following, this huge crowd. He doesn't make as much as I know he could, but he makes something and he does it all, you know, it's pretty easy. He just goes and he's like, this hamburger is pretty good or whatever. But we look at it and we're like, okay, people are making money everywhere, right? It is 2018. The fact that you're like, okay, what do we do here is kind of out. Like, it's 2018. We all know people are making money online. We know that there's some weird product on Amazon that probably makes $100,000 a month. Some weird ass stupid niche that no one thinks of that probably makes a lot of money. So we got to look at this and we got to say, okay, we know the money's here. Now what do we do? Right? What do we do? How do we find these people? Now again, remember my little rant in the beginning about job people and showing up and about how you got to do the right thing and you got to find out the deliberate stuff to do and you got to do it. Right? You got to get in there and you got to do it. So we got to look at this and we got to make it work. Now, Pit Dog says 99% of those who try affiliate marketing will fail, mark my words. Well, 99% of those who try affiliate marketing never do anything. So of course they're going to fail. But the fact of the matter is the people who actually do it will make it work. It's not that hard to get into. The barrier of entry, the cost is low. It's a great, great industry to get into if you do it right. Okay? So we got to look at this and we got to make it work. And we got to be deliberate. Now, what I'm going to talk about here is how to be deliberate and how to make this work in a really, really cool way. All right? So, awesome stuff. And we say, boom, here we go. So now what we want to do is we want to break this down and we want to say, well, how do we get this market? Right? How would I go into, let's say we go into the, where'd it go? It's up here somewhere, motivation market. Right? How do I, or you, who's never done anything before, in the motivational market, you don't have a huge following, you don't have a huge group, how do you get into the motivation market, right? How would you become an expert in that market? How would you go out there and start to gain traction, right? Now, what we're talking about here is the motivation market's got like 5 money signs, so it makes a lot of money, right? All we need to do, like, are you guys after billions right now? Like, does anyone here want to make $1 billion like next year or something? Right? Maybe everyone does, but how many of you guys are willing to do what it takes? And, you know, we got to look at it this way. I would say that most people are probably cool. Like, hey, dude, if I can make 100 grand next year, that's great. I can go for the billions later. But if I can make $100,000 and quit my job, I'd be pretty happy, right? How many of you guys are like, that would be cool? Okay? Type 100K in the box if you think that would be pretty cool. And when we look at it, right, let's say the entire motivation niche is 1 billion. Okay, which is probably low. Okay, so we'll say it, right? Like Dino says, hey, dude, if I can make 100 grand, I'm happy. The great Gordino says 100K, cool. HTML Tosh says 100 grand would be great. Shelly says it'd be awesome. $1,000 a day is satisfactory to James. I'm sorry, James. We will try to get you some info for you specifically, but I'll bet 100 grand would probably help right now, wouldn't it? Breathing Out says 100K. Curtis says 100, right? You got to start somewhere. That's the thing, is everyone wants to jump the staircase and be Tony Robbins tomorrow. Everyone wants to be Gary Vaynerchuk tomorrow. They're like, I want the following, I want the fame, I don't want to do a damn thing. I just want to show up and, oh shit, now I got to talk to people. I never learned how to talk to people like that, right? So they're like, okay, how do I work at it? Reno George says 500Ks, but that's great. But make a goal now. Make a goal that says, hey, you know what? I'd like to make $10 million, and that's cool. But I realized that everyone who made $10 million made $1 first. Okay, I could tell you where I was when I made my first $1. I could tell you where I was when I made my first X. I could tell you where I was, boom, right? You could tell. Everything starts with something. So if you have that lofty goal and you're like, dude, I want to take over the world, I want to buy Jupiter. That's cool, but first you got to buy a damn domain name and a pair of shoes, right? We can't jump the whole staircase in a bit. We have to do something simple. Like James Wright said, hey, 500K would be cool. Now he's like, let's start at $10 a day. All right, let's start at $10 a day. So if you want to look at this market, let's say there's $1 billion in this market. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Okay, here's our billion. This is our market here. Okay, lots of money in the market. Now, if you wanted to make $100,000 a year in this market, all you're doing is you're like right here, and you have 100,000. And what's that? Like, what's the percentage? Does anyone know the percentage? I'll have to type that in because it's been a while since I did the old math class, but let's see if we can get a percentage here. Okay, we'll do 1 billion over 100,000. Did I get that right? I think I did it right. So 10,000. So that means in this market, okay? That means in this market, there's $10,000, $100,000 in it. Okay, and that's just, we're just guessing at $1 billion. It's probably more than that. But even at $1 billion, all right, that means in this little circle, like your 100 grand looks like that. Well, let's go all the way down. Right? That's what your 100 grand looks like. That little line right there is probably thinner than that. But does everyone get the point? Right? Is everyone like, wow, you know, if you want to make 200 grand or 500 grand, you're probably like that. A little bit thicker of a line. right? That's it. So we look at this and we're like, dude, that's pretty cool. All right, even if we go into like a niche like beta fish, okay, people are spending lots of money on their beta fish. Let's say the beta fish market's, I don't know, $10 million a year. Again, probably a little bit more, okay? If you want to make 100 grand in this market, that one's a little bit easier. That's 1/100th, right? So all you got to do is like get like that. That's probably a little big too. I'm terrible at drawing these to scale, but that's it. Like all I need to do is get my slice of the pie or my long weird sliver of the pie that doesn't even have like a pepperoni or whatever. All right, now how many of you guys are like, dude, that's pretty cool. That's it. That's all I need is that little tiny bit. That's it. That's it. I mean, come on now. All right, so we look at that. How about exercise? All right, the exercise niche is huge. Again, probably over $1 billion. Sliver is tiny. Self-love market that ties to therapy and things like that, very tiny. Okay? Michael says, how do you find the size of a market? Well, you just do a little bit of research and see what it is. You could do some Google research and say, how much money do people spend on beta fish a year? Do a little digging, you know, spend 20 minutes or so, you'll probably figure it out. Or you find out how much traffic there is and what you can sell. Okay, Pitt says, I'm not hating or anything. This is best YouTube channel when it comes to information about it. That doesn't sound like hate. I mean, sounds like you like it. Sounds good in theory. In reality, it's something different. Well, in reality, you have to do it. So I would challenge you, Pitt, is, you know, tell me what you did. Tell me what you did. If you're going to come on here and you're going to challenge something or you're going to say something, tell me what you did. We'll pull you up on Skype. We'll bring you up live. You say, Marcus, I think this stuff is theory and it doesn't work. And then you tell me why. And I'll say, here's what you did wrong. Here's why it didn't work. Sound fair enough? Does everyone think that's fair? All right, if you don't think it's fair, it's probably because you didn't do anything and you just like to talk crap on YouTube videos. Which, surprisingly, there's a lot of people who have a lot of opinions on YouTube. And it's like, from what? You're sitting at home. You're sitting in your house, like being lazy, watching videos all day, and you're going to tell me that I suck? Okay, well, maybe I do suck. But anyway, that's how it works. So if anyone wants to do that, we'll bring you up here live on Skype. We'll say, hey, you know what? You can tell me what's up, and let's talk about it. All right? Because I know my stuff works. I've been doing it for 18 years. None of it's theory. You go do it. That's it. So, all right. If you ever want to know how to get rid of people who want to talk poop, call them out and challenge them. Okay, here we go. That feeling you get when you're watching a video on YouTube live. This video about affiliate marketing, and you check your stats and you see you just made 197 bucks. Awesome, James. See, he made money right here. Is that theory money? Is that theoretical, or is that like real? Right? Real money, I would guess. Okay, so there you go. That's what we got, right? And right here while I'm on this call, I'm making money too. So we got that. And all we need is our little sliver. Okay? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk to that guy, say, okay, you think it's theory. Here's how it works in the real world. We have beta fish. Okay? Let's say there's $10 million spent on beta fish. Okay? And there probably is. Pretty good. All right? So James says it's actual real money. It's not theoretical. Now, I didn't confirm with James. I don't know James from a hole in the wall. I was trying to find a hole in the wall. There's one right there. The plugs come out of it. Right? I don't know him, so I haven't looked at it. Again, I don't know what your results will be. Results are not typical, implied or guaranteed. I don't know what you're going to get. But look at it this way and make it work. Okay? So here's what we do. We got business. We got self-love. We got all this stuff. Let's say beta fish. Okay? Boom. There you go. Now, when you go into beta fish, are you going to go out there and build a site and try to get all the people searching for beta fish? Probably not. You're probably going to go out there and you're going to go into your AdWords tool. And I'll see if I can bring up the AdWords tool in just a minute here. All right, let's see if we can bring this up. Right like this. And let's see, we'll switch screens. Boom, there we go. Okay, so, hi there. Welcome back. All right, so we'll go here, and we're going to take a look at this. Okay, and we're going to go to the AdWords tool. Let me just pull it up here. Okay, and we're going to take a look at what is out there, and pardon my crooked neck, I got to look at this screen here, which is kind of fun. Okay, and let's see. We will do, If I can remember my passwords, that always does help. I think I know my other one. Let's see here. There we go. Okay, cool. So we'll go into the Google AdWords tool. I'll bring this up right here. Okay. This is my test account that we use for our live webinars. We'll go into Keyword Planner. Okay, and let's see if we can center this a little better. Okay, so let's say we're going to go into the beta fish market. Okay, and this is going to break it down at the end. You'll be like, hey, this is pretty cool. And like Kim says, this business model is proven. Exactly. I mean, a lot of people think that it's like something weird and mysterious, but it's like all we're doing is getting people to our site, putting something in front of them that makes us money, and boom, there you go. Right? Let's bring this closer so that you guys could see my double chin. Right? Some people think one's enough, but I like to have two. All right, so we're going to go here and we'll do which, by the way, is a niche, just in case you didn't think it was. Double chin is, in fact, a niche. Getting almost 10 to 100,000 people a month searching for the old double chin, right? They don't want two like me. They just want one. Okay, so we could do that. But let's take a look. Let's do beta fish. And I always spell this wrong. I don't know if it's 2 T's or 1. All right, so beta fish here, okay? Like James says, Amazon wouldn't be around if this business model didn't work. And we're going to hope that our planner... Okay, good, there we go. Okay, so check this out. Beta fish tanks, beta. Fighter fish, beta fish for sale. Beta tank, beta fish care. Fighting fish, beta fish food. Beta aquarium. Japanese fighting fish, beta fish bowl. Beta fish aquarium. Fighting fish tank. Chinese fighting fish tank. Breeding beta fish. Siamese fish. Does everyone get it? Do I need to go on? Right? Like Reno George says. Are you really in Reno? We used to go to Tahoe all the time, so I know Reno. But does everyone get that? It's like, okay, what he said is pay attention. This is money. This is money. Right? Look at this. Like you have these people and they want to buy beta fish. And it's only 20 cents a click. I mean, seriously, that's cheap. You're like, okay, Google, beta fish for sale. Okay, one guy paying for traffic here. Okay, we got some other things here. Anyone paying for traffic? There's one. eBay Pet Solutions. Okay, go beta fish. Not that many advertisers. Right now, just for kicks, I'm going to see how many views are on this YouTube video.
Need a crappy drawing of a pink bird thing?
Okay.
Ask.
Go away. 2,000. That's not that many. Okay. I thought I was going to be a little bit more impressed. We could actually go to videos and see how many are coming up. But PetSmart's got a video, and on we go. So we look at this, and we're like, okay, we got all these words. Now, these words are the key to getting into your market. Okay? You're like, wow, I'm not an expert on beta fish yet. I got a beta fish. They're my passion. I love the beta fish, right? And we look at that, and we're like, okay, let's use this, right? Let's use this. So now I can go in here, and I can be an expert on one thing. I can go beta fish for sale, and get at least 10,000 to 100,000 people a month. I can bring them to a page called Beta Fish or buyabetafish.com or whatever I can get, okay? And I can be an expert on what you need to do before you buy a beta fish, how to choose the right beta fish, bada bing, done. Right? Does everyone get that? Okay. Fighter fish, 13 cents. Okay, it's probably less than that. These are all probably less. They just put those numbers up there as a guide, but you can get them less. Okay. Does that make sense? Type beta fish if that makes sense. Okay, and then what you do is you go to the other screen. Okay, you go to this here. Okay, and you're like, okay, what do I do to get my portion of the beta fish market? Well, first, I tackle beta fish for sale. Okay. Next, I tackle beta fish tanks. Next, I tackle beta won't eat. Next, I tackle this. And then over time, right, you do this and you're like, okay, maybe I can make 80 bucks a day, 200 bucks a day. Again, hypothetical. I don't know what you're going to make. You have to try it and you have to test it. But there's money there. I made money. I personally have made money in this market. Okay, and I think we were doing $157 a day. I think. It might have been $67 a day. I have a lot of sites, so, but at any rate, the money's there. And I wasn't even tackling it that much. We weren't buying that much traffic. So if I went in and I said, okay, beta fish sale, boom, I'm going to get this. I'm going to make 90 bucks a day or whatever. Okay, cool, excellent. Then I'm like, okay, I'm going to do beta fish tanks. Beta fish tanks might be a little tougher. Maybe I'll only make $20 a day on that. Then I'm going to go in, beta fish won't eat. All right, that one's a little better because people want to buy the ebook. That's actually the one that I used when I was making the 67 or 157 a day or whatever it was. So let's say we sell 3 ebooks on that one per day. So let's say $60 on that one. Okay, and now you're looking at this and you're like, all I did was tackle 3 words and I got $90, $110, $170, and then you go for the next one and you go for the next one. You guys saw how big that list was, and what's going to happen is over time, you're going to be the only guy on the results for all this stuff that's actually doing it the right way. Again, 10% better wins the race if you do it the right way, right? Does this make sense to everyone? Okay, this is what I do for a living. This is what I've done for a living for 18 years. I have an eraser somewhere. For 18 years, I've done this for a living, and it's like all you have to do is make it work, right? All you have to do is go down the list, go down the line of the keywords that are out there. Now, this works for like YouTubers. It's awesome for YouTubers using this model. This works when you use the glossary method. Like if I was to go and I say, okay, motivation. Okay, let's go take a look at this one, this motivation one over here. All right, and we got motivation here, and we'll type it in. Okay, and people think this stuff's difficult, but it's not. I mean, it really isn't that hard if you do it the right way. So we're going to look at motivation, and we're going to see what comes up in the AdWords tool here. Okay, motivational quotes, motivational words, thoughts, sayings, speeches, thoughts, encouraging quotes. What is motivation? Motivational sayings, motivational phrases, messages. Okay, so lots of things here. Self-motivation. Okay, all low competition. I mean, come on, very low. And, you know, it works well. How many of you guys looked at Facebook today? Type an F. Okay, type an F. And if you looked at Facebook today, how many of you guys saw some kind of like inspirational image, right? You're like, oh yeah, you know, Bob always posts these things about, you know, the universe loves you and go fly a kite or whatever the hell it said. Right? Type M motivation or something like that. Okay? How many guys saw that? Some kind of motivation something. I do every day. Every day there's something there. Instagram's even worse. They're always there. The great Gordino says, yes, I also create them. Good. You got to be making money with that stuff too if you're doing it the right way. Right? So we got this and we're like, okay, motivation words, motivation quotes, thoughts, speeches, sayings, blah, 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 blah. This is basically how like the TED Talks came to existence, which is now like a huge thing. So here's the deal. How do you compete with this stuff? Right? How do you compete with it? Well, here is the thing. People are searching for this stuff right now. Right? They're searching for this stuff right this second. Now, I can't go, like motivational quotes is going to be a little tough because I'll probably have to buy traffic. It's probably pretty packed. And there's not like a direct offer I could think of off the top of my head. There might be, and we might be able to make our own, but it's going to be a little tougher. So what we could do is we could do motivational quotes 4, okay? And what this will do is it'll break down the quotes into what they exactly want. Now, here's the deal, okay? This is a secret that I use all the time. Okay, it's a lot easier to get someone who wants something specific and sell them something, like beta fish won't eat. He's easier to sell than a guy just looking at beta fish. Okay, does everyone see why? It's like, okay, this guy's got a beta fish. I almost put like beta fish and motivation together. That would be weird, right? We don't want any motivationals. But we have this and we're like, okay, that's easier because they're actually looking for like a solution. Okay, so we can just scroll down here and find some others. Motivational quotes about life or inspirational, thought of the day motivational, famous motivational quotes. Okay, so let's say we went for like famous motivational quotes. And again, it's not going to be $1.50 because there's no one advertising on it. Let's go to images. Okay, so Brainy quote, Forbes, no one bidding. There's Pinterest right there. So like you could tackle Pinterest right on the homepage of Google right here. You also have images up here. Okay, so really cool. Like all you would have to do is like start putting stuff together. And I thought about this the other day for my channel because I do a lot of motivational stuff, and also for my addiction channel. Like, what if I just made YouTube videos about certain quotes from a certain person? Like, you know, Bob whatever's top motivational quotes, right? And this is how the glossary method works. You could go through and you could do list of top motivational speakers. Okay? And we go here and we're like, boom, and we get this list. Okay? Now here's a couple. We'll just use these because we don't have a whole lot of time. Wayne Dyer. So we'll take Wayne Dyer, put him in here. Boom. Yep, let's put Dyer. Put him in here, and boom. We're going to get like Wayne Dyer quotes and stuff if this decides to work the right way. Books. Okay. Audiobooks. Let's do quotes. Okay. And boom, here we go. Okay, Wayne Dyer quotes, 1,000 to 10,000. Wayne Dyer meditation. Wayne Dyer, Dr. Wayne Dyer quotes. 1 cent a click. Oh, Marcus, there's no 2-cent clicks. Yeah, you're right, because they're 1 cent. I mean, come on now. Everyone's a critic, but you got to do this stuff, right? It actually really, really works if you do it. Dr. Wayne Dyer quotes, super cheap, right? And we could do that. We put together this stuff. I know a guy who we do collaborations with on YouTube. This guy built his YouTube channel to like 1.2 million. And all he does is tell you what other people said, right? He's like, here's the top things from Tony Robbins. Here's the top things from this guy. Look at Oprah. All she did is piggyback off of what other people did. A guy wrote a book. She interviews him about the book. Boom. There you go, right? And we got to look at this. And we got to say, how do we do it? Okay, so let's see here. Some people saying motivation for business, motivation to lose weight, CPA offers, motivation for fitness. Okay, something about... losing the word, okay. I always spell the word lose wrong too. But you could go down the list and it's like, okay, today you want to know what to do in your business. Today you get 5 quotes from this guy. And the next day you do 5 quotes from the next guy, right? And pretty soon people are going to start to go to you for what, right? What are they going to come to you for? They're going to come to you for motivation stuff. And all of a sudden you became like the unofficial expert by just talking about what the other experts say, right? You go to sell a book, boom, done. You go to do some offers, boom, done, right? And you can do this in any passion that you want, right? Anything you want, you got to figure out what to do. Now, I realize that the big problem here, because anyone can do this, right? Does anyone disagree? Like, anyone can do this. James said it could be costly spelling a word wrong. It could also make you a lot of money. I have made a lot of money with misspellings, some of them by accident. Okay, so what we want to do here is anyone can do this, okay? Anyone can go and make a little video or make an article about the quotes, right? Type anyone can if you think they can. That's the easy part, but no one wants to do it. Right? I don't know why, but that's pretty much the easy part. Okay, so if anyone can do that, right? Here we go. Anyone. One. Now, if anyone can do this, and lots of people do. You see people on YouTube, they do their makeup all pretty and fancy, and they get a bunch of followers. You see the guy out there who's got all these quotes on his Pinterest and his Instagram. They get lots of followers. It's great. But then they go and they look in their old billfold, and there's no money in there. Or maybe there's like a quarter in there. So the problem doesn't lie in doing this, right? Because how many of you guys would do this if you knew you'd make money? You'd be like, yeah, I would do this. Like, I would go out there and I'm passionate about caregivers. And I talk about caregivers in home, how to choose a caregiver for your mom, how to choose a caregiver for your dad, how to choose a caregiver for an old person with diabetes, how to choose a person for kids or whatever, right? We can all do this. But how many of you guys, like right now, how many of you guys are actually doing this? My family says billfold. We think it's the greatest word ever. So much better than wallet, unless you're going to quote Back to the Future. I think he took that guy's wallet. He took his wallet. That's the best use of the word wallet. All right, so if you got money in the old billfold, we'll draw the billfold here, right? Here's the billfold. And if you got money in your billfold, we'll put little pictures of presidents. We'll put good presidents, though, not bad ones. So we look at that, and we're like, here's the billfold, and here's the money. If you got the money, how many of you guys would start doing this stuff today? You'd be like, I'd start doing it. There you go. I'd start right now. Like, we look at it, and we look at some people, and some guys have tons of followers, tons of people visiting their site, tons of stuff. They make good money, okay? Usually relatively small amounts for the amount of people that follow them. Then there's some people who have little groups of people, little refined people, and they make a lot of money for the amount that they get, right? So we got to look at it, and we got to focus and focus and focus. So we got to do it, and we got to say, how do we make this valuable? So if you go into like something like, let's say, motivation, okay, I'm going to go in there, and I'm going to say motivation, okay? Then I think to myself, all right, what are the ways that I'm going to make money with this? Okay, how am I going to do this? Well, I could go to old Tony Robbins, and I could get a affiliate link, and I can get a portion of whatever he sells. All right, excellent. Or I could go to Amazon, okay? And I could get a portion of whatever books I sell. Maybe I can have a book list or something like that, and I could sell it as an affiliate, okay? I can go and I can look at ClickBank and see what kind of stuff there is. I can actually go and like this guy did here, the guy I was talking to you about, right? He just put like quotes from the top people, like top 10 rules for success from all these people, okay? A lot of this is content that he just pulled out of what other things were saying. Like, how many of you guys do this anyway? You're like, I watch other videos and I learn about fishing and I write down the best ways to fish, or maybe internet marketing, right? You write down things and you make it work. T-shirts, probably a stretch, but it might work, okay? Or you could write your own stuff. Write, own, make product, okay? You can make your own product, another way to make a lot of money in these markets. And when you come out with it, because people are following you, they're going to love your product, right? People love the simple sites. People love when I come out with a new PDF or a book or something like that. People love that stuff because it's like, hey, dude, I've been following your stuff. I like it, right? It's pretty cool. Now, if you were to look at what I do, I'm basically doing the same thing, right? I go to the affiliate marketing niche. I'm like, okay, probably difficult to tackle just the word affiliate marketing. I'm probably not going to rank for that one. Maybe I'll go for the word AdSense. That word alone made me $100,000 a year plus just from one little video. Put it up, people came in, refined people, taught them something good, took me 10 minutes to make the video, and boom, because of that, people come in and they buy other stuff. There's other videos where we sell web hosting, right? You do all this stuff, and maybe your passion is blogging. Maybe you love geeking out to blogging. Or maybe it's bonsai plants, right? My kid was like, I want to get a bonsai plant. I'm like, well, hey, it's a huge niche. I remember I had a client back in 2004 who was killing it in the bonsai niche. That's what got me into the Christmas tree niche, and I actually sold fake Christmas trees online back in 2003, and I was making pretty decent. I think we're making like $2,000 a month or something, and it was kind of cool. But we did that, right? And we look at this and we're like, okay, for bonsai plants, how can we use this? How can we look at the market? And people, people weird out to all kinds of things. Like there's people who have the feng shui for the bonsai plants. You got to have it this way, and you got to have one that looks like this, and you got to do that. And they love that stuff. Just because you don't like it, or just because you don't think there's money in it, doesn't mean that there isn't. Like to me, I think the biggest insane, crazy waste of time is celebrity shit. Celebrity gossip, who the celebrity's dating, it's celebrity this. Now we have a celebrity president. I didn't say that out loud. Someone else came in here and said that. But that, to me, is the biggest stupidity in the world, but it makes tons of money because people are into it. They want to be entertained, and that's, who am I to say, well, you can't make money on that because it's stupid, right? Well, someone is, and we got to look at it and say, well, just because I don't agree with it, just because I don't think it's what I want, doesn't mean there's no money in it. Okay, does that make sense to everyone? And I actually, even though I hate celebrity stuff, I did have a site about celebrity stuff that promoted the celebrity toolbar and made some money. Right? So we look at this and we're like, hey, boom, there we go. And we got to focus. We got to make it work. Okay? And all you have to do is get a small piece of the pie, right? You want to make $100,000 a year. You want to make $50,000 a year. You want to start making just a few bucks a day. Do one and do it good, right? Pick a word. And this is why our high-ticket niche product is so great, is because we pick a word for you and we show you what to do, where to go, right? And we're actually starting a new product, which I'll talk to you about towards the end, where we're going to go and you tell us your passion and I give you the roadmap, right? I give you a list of words to print out and I'm like, go for these. Here's what you do. Go to YouTube on this one. Go to this one on this one. Do a article on this one. Buy some traffic on this one. And boom, you go and you're off to the races. If you build it, it's going to grow exponentially over time. And before you know it, you'll be like, wow, this is doing better than I thought. Okay. How many websites have you created over the years? For clients or for myself? Okay, what about for free traffic? Yes, if you want free traffic, that's my favorite way to do passion niches. So those are good, right? You could do free traffic as well. Just specify. Say, Marcus, I want to do my passion, which is motivation, and I want free traffic. And what we'll do is we'll give you the roadmap. We'll show you how to do it. We'll show you how to make the money. We'll set up your squeeze page, and we'll make it to where it works really good. Now, James says free traffic cost is time. Yes, and my guess is that a lot of people here have time, but they might not have the money to go and do it, or they don't want to risk it, or whatever it is. Okay, so yeah, that's the idea. But if you do this, right, you got to look at it. Let's take another one. Let's say we're going for bonsai plants. We've got to ask ourselves, well, can I sell a bonsai plant? Maybe, yeah. People buy bonsai online, so bonsai, they buy it online. We could do Amazon or like some specialty store. You could probably do like a care guide. Okay, I'm sure there's something like that, an affiliate care guide. Let's say we do nature spiritualist, right? Here's this guy who he wants to do nature spiritual stuff. And a lot of people are into this. Like these people pay like $30,000 to go to a retreat in nature to be spiritual, right? They do that. Okay, I don't do that. You could be spiritual anywhere, but hey, if they want to do that and I could get a portion of it, then that works. I think the Burning Man's kind of like that, like go in nature and have a spiritual experience or something like that. I might be wrong. I've never been to one, but that's really how it works. Okay. For myself, probably over a couple thousand. Okay. So yeah, you just got to make this work and you got to do it. And so we have something like stamps, right? Stamps would be a good one. What I would do in that market is I would either partner with someone who does eBay stamp selling or maybe a stamp selling site and get their affiliate link and start to sell stamps that way. And then as you get bigger, start to buy the stamps yourself cheap and then sell them, like make a little, hey, these are my favorite ones or the most collectible or whatever. Okay. Let's see. Haroon said that SEO takes a while, and James said not necessarily. If you shoot for long tail keywords, you can rank on page 1 in 10 minutes. Yes, you can. I've actually ranked a site live on a webinar, and I think our record was 53 seconds to get a top 10 ranking. So you just have to do it, and you have to do it right. That's why I always talk about deliberate, right? And that's why this kind of plan, right? If you have a passion out there, if you're a YouTuber or whatever, and you're like, dude, Marcus, I'd really like to make money talking about exercise because that's what I love, right? You come to me, you say, Marcus, I want one of your high-ticket passion niches, okay? And we're actually going to raise the price after this. This is our testing webinar. So if you have a passion, if you have something that you like that you want to make money in, now's your chance. They're half price right now. And we'll have them at the end of the call. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to say, hey, here's the keywords to go for. And we'll give you those long tail words so you could just go boom, 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 and hammer them out and, you know, put some good content, whether you're writing it, whether you're outsourcing videos, whether you're making them yourself, whether you're doing a podcast about stamps. I mean, come on. People got all this stuff. I thought years ago when I went into the market for fonts, right? We had all these people that were looking up fonts, and I was like, I'm not going to make money with fonts. There was a font toolbar. It made a little bit, so I was making like 30 bucks a day. And then I found out in my affiliate account, people were spending like 600 bucks on a custom font. I was like, holy cow. And there's some people who geek out about, they just love fonts. They're like, wow, this is the greatest thing ever. It's a huge market. Just because you don't think so, like in my mind, I'm like, well, the fonts are free on Windows. Why the hell would I buy a font? That's my thinking. But if I think the way I think and not the way the font guy thinks, then I'm out. If I think the way I think and I don't think about the beta fish guy, right? I've never had a goldfish longer than freaking 10 minutes in my life. I was a kid, calm down. My wife had one for 14 years, which I thought was ridiculous when we met. She's like, this is my goldfish. He's like 14 years old, and he had these big long things and a little mustache and a cane. But, you know, I was like, hey, you know, that's cool. Some people love their fish, and that's what they do. Okay, Alvin says, is that roadmap you are talking is available to the existing high-ticket niche members now? I don't see on my email that I received from you guys. You get it at the end. It's a little bit different for your niche because it's more refined. The passion niche is going to be more broad. So it will be a little bit different, but those that get the passion niche will get one that's more like this, okay? But we're actually starting a new thing where I got a new assistant that's going to help us out and schedule things so that you guys can get more info from me, but in a scheduled way. So it's not like, just try to find me on live chat. You're going to find her on live chat, and she'll tell you when you can talk to me, I think it'll be a lot easier, and then you'll get what you need without distraction, which will be good. But yeah, if you guys want this, what we do is you come in, you sign up, okay? And I'll put I think I have a little logo I made for you guys too. But what we'll do is we have, okay, where'd it go? There it is. Okay, so what we do is you come in and you take your niche and you're like, Marcus, I want to do fitness. I love fitness. Here's the things I love about fitness. Tell me as much as you can about it without being like long-winded, annoying. Do it in a cool way. I don't need the life story. I just need the little tidbits. And then you tell us, and then I go and I do keyword research, okay? And I'm going to find you the back doors to the niche. I'm going to be like, okay, if you want to get into this niche, then boom, here's what you do, okay? And we're going to give you the keywords. I'm also going to go through and I'm going to buy you a domain name. Okay, we'll probably buy you two. One for your direct first keyword, and then one for like your broad niche. Okay, so these are very selective. So you get two of them in that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get those keywords. We're going to give you a little list of what to do. We're going to go through. We're going to set up a little logo, little site design. Okay, I'm going to get you some content to start with. Okay, that way there's something on your site and it'll start to get picked up. And then we'll put on all the plugins. We'll get it all set up so that you can go through and start to build a business out of it. And then you just go and you do the content, you drive the people to the site, and it works. And if you're in, like the guy that says, hey, I make little motivational things for Facebook and Twitter and Pinterest, right? You go there. Now we're going to show you how to drive them back to your site. We're going to show you how to take it and make it work. And if you want one of those, they are right now half price. They're going to go up. Today is our test. We're testing this with the niches. I want to see kind of what you guys are doing and stuff like that. And then after this test, they are going to be double the price. Okay, Marcus, is it possible to be successful in affiliate marketing without a website, just using social media and YouTube? And is YouTube the best way if you don't have a website? Pitt, get a website. It's $6, right? Like, it's silly. If you don't have a website, you're like, hey, click the big ugly affiliate link below. And then the big ugly affiliate link doesn't work, or it goes out of date, or whatever, and all your links are now gone, and you lose all the money. Get a website. Seriously, $6. I guarantee everyone on this call probably wasted $6 on something useless. So go do it, right? So yeah. Which, by the way, shows me that you haven't really tried affiliate marketing as per your comment earlier. But my offer still stands if you want to come on Skype and tell me why this doesn't work. Yes, it doesn't work if you don't get a domain name and you don't set it up the right way and you don't focus. You have to go do the stuff. You have to take it deliberate. You have to focus on what works. It's not that hard. Guys, people think this is like rocket science. It's not. You just follow the line. You go to beta fish. You give the words that I give you. You start to go. You start to rank for them. Some of them are going to rank right away. Some are going to take a while. You go. You start to make a couple bucks. Make a couple more. Make your 90 or whatever it was on the little example we had, right? And you make it work. Okay, George says, I had just bought Simple Sites 2017. It said it will get 2018. When will that be released? 2018, I'm hoping for like 2 months or 3 months from now. We still have some bugs in the 17, and we have to do a lot of the video stuff. They upgraded to HTML5, which is cool, which is better for you, but it's just a pain in the ass to get it going. How easy is it to get accepted into an affiliate network? Pretty easy. You sign up, you take the phone call. If they ask questions, you say, hey, I'm working with Marcus. Show them your site, tell them what you're doing, and it'll work from there. Now, if you want one of these, go to passionmonetizer.com. Whatever market you're in, if you're a YouTuber and you got a lot of people watching your videos, but you're not making anything, come on in. We'll help make it work. If you're like Pitt and you're like, do I get a domain name? Come in here. Get your passion niche. We'll get your domain name. It'll all be congruent. It'll all be easy. And it'll be something that'll work in your niche, right? That's the key, is something that'll work in your niche, something that's going to catapult you. Because the more hindrances you have, like people, it's funny because they're like, Marcus, I want to run a marathon, but, I want to tie my feet together. Why? Well, I heard that tying your feet together, some guy said, and I, I don't want to ruin my shoes because they cost $5. It's like, what the hell would you do that for? Do it the right way, right? So many people do this business the wrong way, and that's why the Simple Sites course is lined out to go through step by step, because if you do it, you're going to do it the right way. Now, just a quick comment. How are you guys liking the video quality? We switched over to a video capture card rather than the webcams, and I think it's a lot clearer. Looks pretty clear. Right? Okay, so passionmonetizer.com. If you have something you are passionate about, something that you like, or a niche that you want to go into and make money, that's where you want to go. And we'll help you get started. We'll help you make it work. We'll build your site out, give you guys the roadmap and say, hey, look, this is how you make money with it. Here's what you want to do. And then you also get 90 days support and coaching. So like if you go through and you're like, dude, Marcus, I put this Pinterest thing up and we got a lot of views, but no one's buying, or maybe only 10 people bought, or maybe this happened. We'll be like, hey, that's because you need to change this. Go change that, right? And we'll help you with it, and we'll make it work. So, cool stuff. Any questions on that, let me know, and we'll take it from there. And any questions on anything. But the idea of making money with your niche is to find your profit centers, because people are spending money in everything. I mean, come on. This is 2018. You guys know that there's weird people who buy, they obsess about certain types of socks. I used to. When I was in high school, I used to wear Argyle socks. I loved them, right? And there's people who obsess about them, and they buy this stuff, and it's crazy. Or for me, right? I'm 5 feet tall, 5'1" on a good day. And it's very difficult to find shirts, like men's shirts for me, because they make them like go down to here. It's like, dude, I'm not 6 feet tall. Give me a shirt that fits. Now there's a dude on TV with a whole business about shirts for men that are 5'6" and lower. Now some people think a man that's 5'6" is short. When you're 5'1" and you say that to a guy, 5'1" is short. Okay. And I'm sure there's someone that'll be like, 5'1", dude, I'm 4'5" or whatever. It's all relative. Okay, I have the high ticket niche program, still waiting for the niche, but how is the new program different? This is based on your passion, and it's a different structure. So instead of me finding a niche and telling you, boom, do this, you're actually giving your passion, and the potential, if you do it over time, is a lot bigger in some of them than just the high ticket niches. The idea of the high ticket niches is to give you one to go off, and then you can build your own and stuff like that, but to give you something that you can start making money with. This is more of a long-term, you're building a business out of it. Okay. Are you doing a replay? Yeah, the replays are always up on YouTube after I'm done. I think it's instantly after I'm done. And again, if you want to do this stuff yourself, we do teach it in the Simple Sites course, which you can get at simplesitesbonus.com. Michael says, so find a niche, make a site that ranks for it, and make a product yourself or link to affiliates. Sort of. There's a lot more to that. How do you get the half-price passion niche? Go to passionmonetizer.com. It's right up there. Right there. Passionmonetizer.com. That'll get you the niche. You go there, you sign up. I think I even made like a cool little image for you guys. But these are going to be $19.97 after today's test. Today, they are, let's see, you're going to go to passionmonetizer.com. Okay? And it looks like this. I made a cool little graphic. Hope you guys like the graphic. Took me about 10 minutes to make. And pretty cool. So you're going to get a custom site and niche breakdown for your passion niche. You also get the niche market selection. So we're going to take your niche, we're going to refine it, we're going to give you everything. You get a top tier niche and domain name. Okay, you're actually going to get 2 domain names, which is a new thing. You're going to get an affiliate offer and profit center guidance, easy to follow traffic plan and videos, custom blog theme and logo design, killer profit plugins. There's like $700 worth of plugins that we put on your site now. And these plugins are all built by me to build a business that runs the way that yours will. So it's all stuff that's very focused on giving you guys the results that you need to make it work. Okay, killer content loaded pages. We're going to give you some content loaded pages and 90 days support and coaching. So you go through, hey, if you work it, we'll help you work it. And that's what you do, right? And our little guarantee there is that if you actually do the stuff we teach you, work with us, and for some reason it doesn't work, we will give you a different niche, okay? And if you do it, it'll work. You just have to stick with it, and you have to stay long enough to make it work, and you have to be very deliberate on these things. Okay, questions coming in. But yeah, profitmonetizer.com. When you go there, profitmonetizer.com, whatever niche you're in. If you have a YouTube channel, like after you sign up, send me the link to your channel so I can see what you're doing, and I'll be like, hey, dude, break it down this way. We'll show you how to get more views using actual, real, live search terms people are looking for. We'll show you how to do it the right way, and I do this in my niche. One of the niches I'm in, there's a buddy of mine who's trying to do this. He's got like, you know, maybe 1,000 views or something. Ours is about to cross 250,000, and it's a pretty competitive niche. So we look at the difference between it so that you can do it and make it work. So you're going to go here, okay? You're going to see this, monetize your passion. You're going to go first name, last name, best email. Okay, put your billing info here. Make sure that the email is a good email. Hotmail is kind of a pain in the neck. It doesn't work sometimes. So if you have to use it, but if not, use a different one. And one that you check so that we can get to you and help you get this going. You put your billing, your city, state, zip, your card number, all this info here. You could pay in 3 payments if you want to make it a little bit easier on the old billfold. Or you can pay in front, which saves you like $200 or something. You click the button. Obviously, it's non-refundable because you are getting something that we are building for you. So once you get it, you know, it's kind of yours. Then you click the button and you're off to the races. And then when you're done, you just go over to our support site at pcmoneymaking.com. And then you're going to submit a ticket, right, like this. And these come right to us. It's like an organized email. It's not like support tickets that just go into the boondocks. You go into submit a ticket. You put your high ticket niches. Put your info here. Make sure this matches the info on your order. Makes things a lot easier. Hit submit. And then you'll go in and you'll say, okay, here's all my info for hosting. If you don't have hosting, the instructions are on this page to get it. Do it the way we tell you. So many people come to me and they're like, hey, can you use this host or that? And it just slows things down. It's a pain in the neck. This, if you do it this way, I can set up your site like, boom, it's way faster. Because all the stuff's already aligned. When I buy the domain, it's already pointing at the host. It's so easy. Under niche ideas, put your YouTube channel, put your niche, put whatever your passion is, and we will refine it and get back to you and say, hey, this is what we're going to do, and it'll make it work. So this is a good way to go if you're like, dude, I want something that I want to build into a business, something I can use for a long time. And again, that's at passionmonetizer.com. We're going to teach you how to monetize your passion, how to monetize stuff that you are into. Awesome, right? I've never done it before like this, but I think it'll be really, really good. Okay, Chuck says, how is this different from Profit 2018? Profit 2018 is a training course. This is more of like a service thing. Okay, now that I'm also interested in making, how do you make that cover page? Which cover page? Okay, do you find it hard to rank small 5-page sites now that Google expects sites to have rich and deep content, or do you prefer to use AdWords to drive traffic? It's not difficult to rank a site if the keyword is right. Okay, if you have a keyword that is very non-competitive, it doesn't matter. You can have a 1-page site and rank. Okay, Pit Dog says, imagine the possibilities if you have a big following base that trusts you and your own product, and you have your own product to sell. Exactly, and you can turn it into that if you want. All right, Bad Dog University says, thanks again for what you do. Marcus, time for me to get going. All right, good to have you here. Get yourself a passion niche, and we'll help you make it work. Cosme says, if you get a domain name, do you have to get hosting? No, you could buy domain names and just have domain names, but if you want to put something on them, I would recommend hosting. And if you go to gohubsite.com and get your domain there, I think they give it to you free with hosting. Okay, Tim says, you're going to be on live chat? Yeah, we're on live chat. I won't be too long, but I'll be here a little bit. Haroon says, thank you for sharing another one of your money-making strategies. You're welcome. For the new people, this is really gold. Thanks for that, Haroon. No, I'm not getting paid for sharing. No, he doesn't get paid. But he does. I think he was the one who said he made money or something like that. Wishing you all the best. Thank you. Alana says, the graphic for your passion monetizer, the one you made, how did you make that? I have a little software that makes it. Same one that made the little font that you see above. And we'll show you how to use that as well. Okay. All right. Good to have you here, Dino. So for those of you getting started, whoever you are, if you have a business, maybe you're like a mortgage broker and you want us to do that, this would work for that as well. Maybe you're a YouTuber, maybe you have a Instagram following, maybe you got a lot of people on Pinterest or whatever, and you want to start working it, this is the way to go. And when you think about it, there's a lot of people out there, a lot of customers come to me and they're like, Marcus, I have 50,000 people on Facebook and I don't know what the hell to do with them. Come on in here, send me a link to the Facebook. And we'll make this so that it'll work. We'll tell you the offers to run. We'll tell you how to structure your site. We'll actually structure it the right way, and then you just go copy and paste and done deal. How do you cloak affiliate links on your websites? You use the tools in your Simple Sites Big Profits software. Actually, on Friday, I did a webinar that shows how to do those. It's called like Top Affiliate Plugins or something like that. And those are the best way to do it. Okay, GoHubSite never shows up when I type it in Google. GoHubSite.com. Let me make sure that is working. Let's see. GoHubSite.com. Yeah, that's working. So you just go GoHubSite.com, right like this. And boom, there you go. So GoHubSite.com, that does work. Okay, cool, excellent. Okay, so any other questions before we go? All right, Janice, good to have you there. Do you have a preferred email software autoresponder that you use? And thank you for the great content. Yes, we do. We have a software, a autoresponder that works with our plugin. That's the one I recommend because of their deliverability. And you'll see that in there. It's really easy. You just put your list name and you're done. So what we've done is, like, the tools have made this stuff so easy for you. It's not even funny. And if you want to get those tools and stuff, there's a link below that says simplesitesbonus.com, and that'll get you started. All right, so any other questions? Okay, Marcus, can you add lens flare to the intros of your videos? It'd be like Star Wars. I don't know how to do that, but I mean, we could probably try. I kind of like the backyard office Bayou look we're going for. How can you use your system for pre-launches? Oh, yeah. If you have a niche, our system is actually set up to do launches. The way that it works, it's really, really cool. I've actually made, I don't know, over 250,000 launching little things on these types of sites. Probably more than that, but that's what I know off the top of my head from the recent ones. And it's structured the way it works. So you have your pages across the top. You can hide things. You can make different sidebar things. And it works extremely well. So if that's you and you have a site already and you want to do pre-launches, go ahead and get Simple Sites Big Profits at simplesitesbonus.com. You're going to want to use the Squeeze Blogs plugin and the Smart Affiliate Ads plugin. Use those together and it'll work really good. HTML says, if I were to monetize my passion for making recipes, could I make actual YouTube videos of me making them and combine Instagram? Yes, you can. I actually just started doing that. I'm kind of behind the scenes on Instagram. Haven't done a whole lot with it, but yes, you can absolutely do that. And a lot of people are doing it really well, and we'll show you how to do it with this. So if you do want to do this in recipes, get in there and, on your form after you sign up, tell me the top 5 types of cooking you like to do. And we'll get you on in that. And we'll show you use these offers to make money. You don't use ClickMagick. No, I've never used ClickMagick. My software is proprietary. We actually made it. And the reason I built it is so that I can do this stuff without a programmer. And now we give it to you guys as well. Are there any legal considerations you've come across with your many years? Mostly trademark stuff. Like you want to watch out for trademark stuff or ranking for terms that you don't own or that are kind of shady or something. It really has to do with, like, are you confusing customers? So those are the main things. But, as always, when you start to get this stuff going, read about it. And then when you get big, get a lawyer or get a lawyer now or whatever, just to have something. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you got a lot of good value out of it and understanding, hey, look, the niches here, people are spending money in them. All you have to do is find the offers, which is what we do for you. Again, that's at passionmonetizer.com. And then start to build it out, right? It's not that hard to do, and we're really literally giving you a roadmap and taking you by the hand and given you a paint by numbers system to build this thing up so that you can start making it work. And once you start getting that following, you'll start to get the income. You're like, okay, we got to drive them here, right? Having a following is good, but you have to get them into something. And again, if you don't want to like be you, you don't have to be. You can outsource it. You can use a pen name. You can do whatever you want. You're just doing something you like. Okay? So does that make sense to everyone? Any questions on that so far? We'll take a couple more questions. I'll let you guys look at the board for a little bit and take some questions here. All right. And if you're new, make sure you subscribe. I'll put my questions on the other screen, and we'll hang out for like 5 or 6 minutes longer. All right. Again, that is, what was it? PassionMonetizer.com. And this niche is going to be all about what you want it to be about. Let me move this down a little bit. Okay, so questions, let me know. Type them in the box there. How is this different than the high-ticket niche? The high-ticket niche is more based on a refined little niche that I pick for you based on some ideas. This is something that you can like grow with, right? It's something you can do far, like, you know, you're going to pick something that you actually like and take it from there, okay? I mean, you could do the same thing with high-ticket niches. It's just a little bit different of a strategy. All right, so any questions, let me know. Got to wait a little bit because I know the questions always come like at the very end, right when I'm about to leave. So we'll try to get that. And then we will be on live chat this afternoon. So, yeah. If you have anything, we'll help you with that. And again, that is PassionMonetizer.com. You're going to be able to monetize your passion. Can I share how I made the graphic? I'll probably make a video for that. Hey, how you doing? From Nepal. Blah, 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 I think is the name. So cool. All right, she likes that graphic. Literally, they're so easy to make. This is what I use to make my YouTube thumbnails into. How do you compare drop shipping and affiliate marketing? They're two totally different things. Drop shipping, you got to deal with customers and products. Affiliate marketing, you just drive people to things, make sales, and get a check. Bill says, I'm in California. Does Alyssa still work for you or with you in California? Yeah, she is in California. But we're making a lot of changes, so we're going to have, I have someone down the way who's going to manage a lot of the stuff. I have someone that I'm moving, so we're actually going to do our sites here in the U.S. Like I'm going to have someone build them here, like in Florida, right around the place. And so it's going to be more overseen. And then we also have some people that are going to do social media and just be around to hang out with you guys and help you out. What are your favorite books on your shelf? My favorite book of all time is not on the shelf, but my favorite book of all time has to be Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, which sounds totally stupid and lame, but it's the best book ever. So go get it and read it, and then you make it work. What happens when someone wants a refund for a product you sold them? The products are usually non-refundable, but sometimes under circumstances, if it's something that, hey, you know what, we're just not going to work out, then we can do that. But usually, you know, by the time people buy my stuff, they know what they're getting. So it's like, okay, yeah, you're actually getting software, you're actually getting my time. So usually they are non-refundable. Okay. But if, you know, there's an issue or something, tell us the issue and we'll try to remedy it. And sometimes, you know, we don't want you to be unhappy, so we try to work with you. Okay, do you prefer ClickFunnels to website build funnels or for beginners? My stuff actually builds the funnels itself, and it's a lot easier, in my opinion. It's just, you just set things up, and it's already set up the way it needs to be. So I use my own stuff. All right, last minute questions, and we'll take it from there. And again, that's, what was it? PassionMonetizer.com. I keep forgetting the domain. I just bought it the other day. Okay, so any questions? Let's see what our live chat's doing. It looks like a lot of people are on that passion page, so go ahead and sign up. And then, you know what we'll do as a bonus is we'll have, I'll have my new scheduler schedule a 30-minute call with you guys, and we'll go over your passion together, and I'll talk to you about it as a bonus. So after you sign up, make sure you ask for the 30-minute call, and we'll get you on track. Okay, cool stuff. All right, any other questions? Let me know. Where'd my question screen go? There. Okay. Do I ever use PLR articles on your sites? No. Oh, okay. You're asking for customers. Okay. I thought you were asking about our products. He says when someone wants a refund or a money back on a product you drive. Well, that's automatic. And most of the time it doesn't happen. I know ClickBank has a lot of people who do that. So yeah, you just look at it that way. But usually it's not an issue, especially with CPA offers. It's usually not an issue at all. Do you know any non-paid advertising sites? Yes. I have lots of them. They are all in your course, in the Simple Sites course, simplesitesbonus.com. And a lot of people ask me, they say, Marcus, what's the best way to get started? And if you're trying to get started, go to simplesitesbonus.com. That's at the bottom of the screen. Get the Simple Sites course. And then later on, if you want to upgrade to something else, just let us know. But at least get in there and start to go through it and start to watch the videos, learn the stuff, and you'll have a list of the non-paid advertising sites. You'll have a list of all the ways to get traffic and stuff like that. J4 Hypno says, will this be rebroadcasted? Yes, the replay will be up right after the show's over, or however you say that. So yeah. And you could just click the same link that you clicked to get here, and it'll reload for you. All right, so any other questions, let me know. Maybe we'll do another webinar about this same topic. I think it's a good topic that a lot of people need to hear. And for those of you that are getting signed up, let me know, and we'll get you guys squared away, help you out with your niche and everything. And yeah, so go there, put your info in, choose your pay plan, click the button. When you're done, go to PC Money Making, submit your request, and say, hey, Marcus, this is what I want my market to be in. And we'll take it from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure if you are new, you subscribe here on YouTube. Click the little bell notification. And also, you can see below it says go to joinmarcus.com. If you go to joinmarcus.com, you can follow me, and you can see what we're doing on all of the different social media sites. So if you go to joinmarcus.com, right like this, it's going to take you to this page. You could join our Facebook group, our Instagram, and you can sign up on YouTube as well. But you want to join these. A really cool, good way to go. All right, Pit Dog says, Marcus, I must say it's a good lifestyle you made for yourself. Respect. All right, yeah, I like it. I mean, it's fun. What do I think about MLM for affiliate? Well, they're two different things. I mean, an MLM, a network marketing company, would be like a profit center. Now, they have a lot of stipulations, which is why I don't do a lot of network marketing. However, if you're in network marketing and you want your passion site about your network marketing, this works perfect for that as well. Okay, how from now will you be on live chat? Right now, I actually have to go. I'm interviewing someone, so I'm going to be gone for probably an hour or two, and then I'll be back later. But we do have Jacqueline. She's on live chat, I believe. Let me see if she's on. Let's see, room details, operators. Yes, Jacqueline is on live chat, so you can get her, and then we'll go from there. Okay. Can you say the links of those sites? Which sites? Joinmarcus.com for joining. If you want Simple Sites Big Profits, go to simplesitesbonus.com. If you want a passion niche, go to passionmonetizer.com. And those will get you squared away. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I look forward to having our first few people. Again, the passion niche right now is half off. It's going to be $19.97. After this webinar is over, probably change the price in the next 30 minutes or so if I can before I go. But get in there, make it happen, save some money, and then report your results to us, because I think these are going to do really well for you if you follow through and you actually do it. So thanks again for watching. Again, that's passionmonetizer.com. Make sure you follow me at joinmarcus.com. And let's make some money online together. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time. And I always have the dramatic end, but then I got to find the stop button. So I'll see you next time.